Hi, hey YouTube, what up? It's Joe D, and welcome to another Share a Beer show. Today is Saturday, February 8th, and today is show number 539. And welcome to another Share a Beer. We are back and better than ever. We've got Coach, we've got the Pencilnator, we've got Bum. How you guys doing, man?
Excellent.
We're good.
Real good. Real good.
Real good, yeah. Let me put a link in the chat.
Real good.
Anybody that wants to get in can get in. We've already got malt liquor from Malt Mustang. Gave us a big malt liquor in there. And Andrew makes an appearance, man. Stuck at work, second shift as normal. Hey, well, hats off to Andrew, man. He's still working hard. Moving his way up, isn't he? He's gotten some promotions and stuff like that.
He's running the company pretty soon, I think.
Huh?
He's gonna be running the company.
Yeah, I think pretty soon he's gonna have his own security company, and he'll be schooling us here, man. Yeah, on security of stuff, how to secure stuff.
How to secure your beer.
Yeah, secure your beer. And we've got Craig in here. What's up, Joe D? Hey, what up, brother? So right now I'll start off because I'm gonna have the same beer for the whole show. I've got matching bra and panties today, kids. The curtains match the drapes, just saying. But I've got a Modelo Especial glass here. Boom. And I've got matching beer to go with it. Modelo Especial, man. Imagine that. So there it is. You know what I'm saying? No, the big mystery is over. Coach, what are you drinking, brother?
Well, I'm just high on life, Joe. Yeah, I'm not having any beer today, man.
All right, so you and Bum are in the same boat there. Well, at least zero alcohol. At least,
Yeah.
You're having the.
Yeah,
are you
he's in
having St. Paul's Finest? Is that over there in where you're at?
The
You're having
water? No, not the water.
No.
No, just no barley pops today.
Ah, and the Pencilnator. What are you having, brother?
Since we had a blizzard here in Atlanta, the blizzard of 2020. I figured I'd drink the last one of this Bell's Smoke Port to a Locomotive in Winter.
Oh,
Ooh, I never saw that one.
Yeah, it's a part of their ongoing Leaves of Grass series.
I've seen other ones in that series, but never that one.
Yeah.
I had to sign in real quick. Which one do you have?
To a Locomotive in Winter.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Bell's, and it was bottled on November 13th, so it must be the most recent one, the fourth of 7 beers.
well, you know Andrew appreciates that, man. He loves his locomotives.
Yep. It's celebrating one of our favorite things, Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Okay, so they're celebrating 7 things from that, whatever that was.
Is that a book or something?
Yeah, Walt Whitman is probably is it a poem? I don't know.
Sounds like it would be a book or something, right?
Yeah. A literary classic, they say.
So we've got 4,500 total on here. 825 in the last 30 days.
Yep.
It's what, version 4?
4 out of 7. So they're doing 7, I guess, and this must be, the title of each beer relates to something in the book.
So you've got 6% ABV, 25 IBUs, and a 3.7.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's
nice. It is smoked, but it's not overly. So you do get a little bit of the smoke, but it's not like drinking a campfire. It's pretty.
So it is woody type smoke, not meaty type smoke.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it's actually sort of light bacon smoke. That kind of.
Okay.
Kind of like a smoker kind of smoke, not like a burning wood kind of smoke.
Yeah, not like a campfire sort of smoke.
More like a good wood chips.
Yeah. So, and you might even describe some. Well, let's see what they're saying here. We've got German smoked malt, chocolate malt and roasted malt work in harmony with carefully chosen hops for a smooth, smoky take on a classic style.
Yeah.
So
I guess it must make it smoke because locomotive smoke. Yeah.
you're right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. It was the last bottle. We got it about a month ago, and I think this is the last one. So it's probably the last one I'll ever have. Because I'm sure they're not. I haven't
There's
seen
Mark's
it in this
photo.
Yep. Down in the man cave.
Looks
Down
good.
in the
Geek cave. Pencilmator's cave.
in the yeah, where he hangs his thing off his speaker and chokes himself.
Yes, right. Yeah. Do us all a favor, Mark. Throw yourself on that speaker.
He's doing us all a favor and hanging himself off his own speaker. Yeah. And Bum, do you want to talk about what you're drinking before we get into the malt liquor report?
Yeah, sure. I'm having something that I drank. I'm having something out of the can that I had out of the bottle earlier today. Heineken, non-alcohol. Apparently, this is a pretty new product, from what I've been told. And I must say, this is the closest thing so far of the handful that I've had. This one, unlike last week's Lagunitas, the hoppy refresher, which, by the way, in the week since you looked that up on Untapped, Joe, I went to check it in. It's now been removed from Untapped. It's gone.
Oh,
I don't know if they decided that there just weren't enough ingredients in it to have it qualify as some sort of beer.
Yeah,
it's just hops and water. I don't know if you need something else in it, but it's gone. Even if you do a Google search for that hoppy refresher and Untapped, it'll come up in the Google search results, but then when you click on it, it'll say this page does not exist. So it's gone. I was unable to check that in. But like I said about that last week, I said it doesn't really, as tasty as it was, it didn't really resemble beer at all taste-wise. This, on the other hand, when you smell it, it's got that skunky Heineken taste or smell to it. Mm-hmm. And when you taste it, it's got that lousy Heineken taste to it as well. So it's actually almost like drinking a Heineken.
So it's what you're saying, if I'm hearing you correctly, Bum, is malt liquor.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
That's imported from Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Malt liquor.
Yeah.
It's funny because they are so known for that skunkiness in their bottle that they had to duplicate it in the can.
Yeah.
That's what's hilarious is they did some work to make it taste the same way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't taste exactly the same, but this is something that you could definitely go somewhere and enjoy as a beer if you just are not, for whatever reason, do not want to ingest alcohol. This, I must say, this is really good for what it is.
Right. Yeah. So if you're already someone that likes Heineken and you're the DD that day, you could participate. Right?
Yeah. This kind of tastes like a inferior version of Heineken, if that's not being redundant.
Right. Yeah. These are things that are good to know, man. I'm glad you're doing this experiment, Bum, taking another one for the team once again. But Mark, we might have to take a vote for some more zeros in his paycheck.
Yeah.
And I'll be sampling another one next week. I have 2 more non-alcohol left to sample, including one from Brewdog, believe it or not.
Oh, Brewdog.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that brewery is really, they're out there, man, doing some stuff. They got a hotel. They've got an airline. Wouldn't you like to take one of their flights? I would. Whole brewery-focused airline. That's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't they give you like 1 or 2 beers on that flight or something? But on their flights or something. But
better.
So I wanted to get to some Super Bowl talk. On I wanted to get, while we have this little bit of time here before the Malt Liquor Report, cover the commercials, cover the halftime show, and let me see what else. There was a football game. So if we does anybody here, Coach, Bum, Mark, who saw the game?
I saw
Not
pretty
me.
much all of it except for the last 7 minutes. So I missed the best part, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, the whole fourth quarter, right? The whole end of the fourth quarter.
Like, yeah, it's getting late. I got to go to bed. And then
Right. Yeah, well, because how long was it on for you in the East Coast?
I must have ended about 11:15.
Ah.
And I kind of had an earlier day than normal on Monday. And I'm like, I got to be, I don't want to be dragging my ass all over Monday. So.
Yeah, it had a great finish. I'm going to crack open another special here. Oh, dude, you see that smoke?
Well, I can see it even on the tiny screen, Joe.
Nice. Very nice. I happen to really love this glass, but I only have one of them these days, and so I don't like to use it that much because I'm afraid to damage it or something. You know what I'm saying? So, because I really do like it. It just looks cool, man. Especially in person, it just looks cool. It's got that gold rim on the top, and it's almost a pinky out beer, but it's a long enough glass. See, keep that sucker tucked up under there, man. You don't want that thing to boom. You can do all kinds of craziness. You poke your eyeball out, all kinds. You don't want to. Come on, man. There you go. Tuck that thing under, man. Don't be that guy. Yeah, exactly. Like Coach, man. Yeah, like Coach. So I've got a list of Super Bowl commercials here, man, and we can go through them. This list here is the best Super Bowl 2020 commercials from digitaltrends.com. So if you want to find this list yourself, you can go right to Digital Trends and find it. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. That way you can kind of see it. This number one on their list is one that I love. I thought it was great. And I think I'm being outvoted on if I should actually play it during the show because we might get booted again or something. But it's the Smart Pack commercial from Hyundai Sonata, man. I thought it was great. But I can't even play it. We've tried these things. I play it without audio and everything, and they managed to still kick it out. But I hope that just showing the image of the commercial will work. Yeah. But it's this whole Boston accent sort of thing, and it's just hilarious to hear him continuously say "Smart Pack." Is it gonna fit? Yeah, of course it'll fit. He packs it and all this stuff, and it packs itself. And oh my god, it's just hilarious.
I just like how that feature allows you to screw over these idiots who can't park between the parking lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that happens, right? You get this guy. And you know what? I think it is this guy, quite frankly. All these Dodge Nitro drivers, I think that's exactly who it is that does that all the time, right? When do you ever see one of those cars parked between the lines? They're always parked like that, and you got to take advantage of your Smart Pack. I'm hoping we get Tom on here, man, because we need someone from Boston up there.
To verify that was a true accent.
Right? Yeah. The next one is Groundhog Day from Jeep. I have to admit, I don't remember this one too much with Bill Murray.
That's the only one that I watched online.
Oh, is it? Well,
yeah.
So what did you think of it?
It's been so long since you know what? Obviously, it's full of tons of references to the original movie, and it's been so long since I saw the original movie. Most of the references didn't click with me.
Yeah, they're kind of going over your head, huh? What do you think of that brand new Jeep pickup truck? Have you seen them? What do you think of it?
Mm-mm.
I haven't seen one.
Oh, you haven't seen them? Okay, because I see them kind of here and there all over Phoenix.
Okay.
No charge. And I've even seen, matter of fact, just yesterday, just Friday, I seen my first lifted lifted Jeep pickup with, I don't know what size tires they were, but they were big. And you guys know I drive a big truck, and he had it lifted high enough where I was looking right at him. So he had a pretty serious little lift on it.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's like,
I finally drove in a Tesla, and I love those things. So
You drove a Tesla, and you're admitting it on here that you drove one?
I was a passenger.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm in the same boat. I was a passenger in a Subaru, so I don't necessarily have to admit it. You know what I'm saying? But I have been like, someone put a thing over my head, and like I felt something pointing me like this, and get in, and I was like, okay, man,
I don't believe you.
Oh, Joe.
No, that's not true at all.
No, but I've heard some talk on the internet. It seems like mixed results. Like some people like them, and some people don't like that new Jeep pickup. I think they're kind of cool. I wouldn't buy one, but I think they're kind of cool. I like Chevy trucks, so that's just the way I roll. But I did see a lifted one just yesterday. But I can't even count how many I've seen here in Phoenix. They are all over, and it would make sense that Jeep would have plenty of them in Arizona, right? Because just this weekend alone, there's 4-wheel everything going on, events going on all over, the area here. Because it is the desert, and they like to do all that Baja stuff around here, and things are loud. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They'll take them to the gas stations on their trailers, and then they fill them up, and they like to turn them on underneath the cover. They're super loud, and they fire them up, and your ears ring. It's hilarious. But there's that commercial, and then we've got the What's Up Budweiser Uber commercial again.
I didn't see that one.
I remember seeing it, but I don't remember it being anything that stood out. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember too much about it. This Be the One from Microsoft commercial. This is about this. What's her name? She's with the 49ers, actually. Yeah, the offensive assistant coach.
Yeah,
Katie Sowers, first woman in NFL history to coach in a Super Bowl. So, and it was
woman to lose a Super Bowl,
and the first woman to lose a Super Bowl. Exactly. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that doesn't go hand in hand at all. I'm just gonna leave that right there.
But yeah, it was her story, and pretty good one. I thought it was a decent commercial. I didn't think it was really great, but this Loretta commercial from Google, big sentimental favorite. Yeah. If you didn't mind the whole mood swinging in, because it was a real tearjerker for some.
Yeah.
It's let's see. Let me get a little description here. Oh man, we weren't ready for the kind of emotion this commercial from Google brought to the table as an elderly man interacts with Google Assistant to bring up memories of his late wife, Loretta. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. It was it was a very touching way to let you know about the different features that Google has, that the Google Assistant has.
Pictures and photos.
Yeah.
And all this used to,
It seemed like an elderly couple. She passed away, obviously, in the commercial, and it seems like maybe the man's starting to get Alzheimer's or some sort of dementia or something, and so he's putting in these things, these little reminders of what his wife used to say and used to do and stuff like that. Perhaps, as he gets farther along, he can remember. He doesn't forget her. And very touching.
It was a really good commercial. It kind of showed what real usefulness for all the stuff that Google does.
Mhm.
I mean, makes it personalized it pretty good.
It was really well done. And then one of my favorites as well was this Doritos commercial. I thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah.
With Sam Elliott, out of all people, and Little Nas. Now, I didn't know that was Little Nas or Little Nas. How do you say it, Coach? Do you know? Little Nas.
I have no idea. Little Nas X.
Yeah, Little Nas X, however you say it. But it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty well done. They're like, it's a Western type thing. They're doing a shootout. And what was it, Mark? It was them basically eating the Doritos or something.
Yeah, seeing how cool they could be, I guess.
Yeah.
Started with the mustache wiggling.
Yeah, it's Sam Elliott's mustache doing the
Sam
dance.
Elliott's mustache did the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the horse-
That was pretty cool.
The final one was the horse dancing. And he looked back at his horse. He's like, sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
The horse is like, no.
So that one was pretty good as well. Now you had the Laundry Later Tide ad.
Yep.
I thought was pretty clever, man. They had everybody in this thing. I'm going to read it real quick. It starts with Schitt's Creek Emily Hampshire accidentally staining "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's Charlie Day's white shirt," with Hampshire telling him to wash it later. Cut to Day showing up in several other ads during the Super Bowl, including FedEx, Bud Light commercials, Wonder Woman. That's right, Wonder Woman 1984. As he searches for the true meaning of, quote, later in another strong series of Super Bowl ads from Tide. This commercial led to probably, I don't know, Mark, how many others? It was...
Well, it was one. I saw him in the original one, and then he was in 3 others. So I don't know if there was more than that, but yeah.
I would say probably half a dozen.
Yeah, I saw 3.
It was a whole thing, a whole theme of, commercials with Bud Light and all the others. It was pretty clever.
Saying no later, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And then it shows him towards the end, and he's finally an old man, and he's like, "It's later now," and yeah, it was kind of cool.
That one, yeah. I didn't see that one.
This one was pretty good before, and I ain't gonna say her name because I got 2 of them right here in front of me. But before the A word there from Amazon, and it's Alan DeGeneres, and how do you say her name? DeGeneres.
Yeah, that's it.
And her partner there, and and it was pretty good. I heard they spent a tremendous amount of money on this commercial, and they went like all through different periods and did it pretty well too on what they did before the Echo devices, right?
Yeah.
Pretty clever.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah. Did you see the one? The funniest one of that was when it was like Romeo and Juliet. She's up in the tower and she's holding this dove, and she goes, "Oh, tell so and so," and she tosses the dove in the air, and then a hawk comes down.
Yeah, and then the dragon comes and eats the hawk or something.
And then the dragon eats the hawk.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
That message never made it.
Probably had some animal rights activists all up in arms about that one, though.
Yeah, well, it was all digital and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
just go eat your Beyond Beef burger. That's fine.
And then the lucky dog from WeatherTech. I don't remember this one. I have to admit, I don't remember it.
I saw the commercial. I'm trying to remember what. Oh, they sponsor. WeatherTech donates to animal cancer research or something. So it was a dog that had cancer, and due to research funded by WeatherTech or something, they were able to cure the dog of cancer.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you were a pet lover. Yeah. If you were a dog lover.
Okay. I do remember now. And now it's more.
WeatherTech.
Yeah. And now your dog, you can help fight your dog getting So there's cancer treatment for your dog now, in other words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know the cancer treatment for my dog? The shot. Give him the shot. If any treatment for the dog is more than $75, done, son. Don't get sick. That's what I would tell my dog. Oh, was that a cough? And the dog would be like, "It wasn't me, man. I didn't cough." What? Oh, what was that?
The old night juice, huh?
Yeah. You see the dog like, "What me, man?" Like, what are you talking about? What me, man? You know, was that? Did you cough?
some phenobarbital.
Yeah, we've got a shot that'll cure that, my friend. Yeah, get rid of that cough for good. This one was pretty good. Some of the financial ads were actually pretty good. All people are tax people from TurboTax, where they were doing that dance, some TurboTax dance. It was pretty good, not too bad. And and then you had Inside Post Brain from Bud Light. I don't know, man. I didn't get it because I didn't realize who Post Malone was.
Yeah, I recognized, but it didn't.
It didn't register me until like during the course of this whole week. It was explained to some of the podcasts that I listened to who he was. And I know the name, but I just didn't know who he looked like or what his, so I don't know.
Obviously, we're not hip enough to the
scene. Yeah, that's it. There was a whole social media component to a lot of these commercials. And if you're not tied into that, then you kind of missed the whole gist of some of them. So this to me, this was one of them. It was over my head. But this Comfortable from Rocket Mortgage, I actually liked. We talked about this in the pre-show with Jason Momoa. Did I say that right? Big old guy, right? How big is this guy? He's a, what is he, 6'5", 6'7"?
Almost as big as me. Yeah.
Almost, right? Damn near.
Almost as big as Andrew.
He's Polynesian.
He's almost as big as Andrew.
He's Polynesian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Troy Polamalu.
Oh, he is? Okay. Yeah. Big old guy. And I like how, they use technology, of course, but they make it like he gets home and how you would take off your coat and kind of, maybe put on your comfortable clothes or whatever when you get off of work. It shows him getting off of work and he's doing like Mr. Rogers, and he's taking off his big arms and he's actually got skinny arms, and he turns into this little pencil neck geek at the end of the commercial. So it's kind of funny to see him and they did a damn good job because it literally looks like he's a pencil neck geek. It's funny. Yeah. And then the big commercial was Tom Brady's big announcement on Hulu, where he walks out. It's all black and white, and they make it like he's really got some important announcement. And it's basically him trying to get you to sign up for Hulu. And that he's not going anywhere, is what he says at the end of the commercial there.
See him next year in San Francisco.
But pretty, what did you think of the commercials overall, Mark?
I thought there were two or three that were good. A lot of them I just didn't get because I'm not following everything that's going on social media. I mean, us pencil necks, we've got better things to do than to spend all our time on social media. So,
right. But as a whole, as a whole, what grade would you give? A letter grade? Would you
as a whole? I'd give them a C overall.
Overall, just kind of
two or three. I give them A's, but there were a few like total F's. I mean, I had no idea what they were doing, and we got to the end of the commercial. I was like, "What was that for?" They didn't even say what the brand was. It was just like this whole other thing that if you were, as part of the, if you knew the secret handshake for whatever it was they were referencing, you got it, and if you didn't, forget it.
Yeah.
So what? What do you think Billy D would have to say about all this Super Bowl ads and all the halftime show? We'll get to the halftime show after the Mall Liquor Report, but What would Billy D have to say about all this madness?
45 is not never appears in Super Bowl commercials. He's been waiting for the phone to ring for years.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he's just waiting for his big moment in the spotlight there.
Yeah, they're always unearthing has been celebrities for these commercials. They do it every year, making cameos, and he still hasn't gotten his call yet. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah.
So what does he have for us this week, man?
Well, we have an all chairman malt liquor report this week.
Whoa.
And this is a perfect transition because the first couple things we're going to look at here are from the chairman. The chairman did last week. He went out and bought a case of Mickey's grenades. I think he did it last year too. He always has the intention of drinking them all on camera, just making these little 3, 4, 5 minute videos. There's Tom.
Here's Tom.
Hey, what's up, Pac?
He was having to Pac the
How's it
cob.
going?
Yeah,
Pac.
you missed the whole. We had a whole Boston section of this show.
I was too busy smack back in my car.
What did you? Okay, real quick, we're gonna pause.
His wicked ass.
What did you think about the Spy Pack? Was that a great one or what?
I thought it was a funny way to like a low blow on the Patriots. Funny,
Yeah.
in a funny way.
Yeah,
But yeah, I thought it was awesome. I liked it.
it was hilarious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just them over and over again trying to get in all these Boston accents and saying wicked a lot. Wicked. It's wicked. He's wicked.
You know what I like? Did you see the Bounty Man? Did you see what commercial? The P&G commercial when she spills the chili everywhere, and then the Bounty Man comes out and he starts thrusting bounty rolls out of his belt. I thought that was hilarious.
I forgot.
I like the actor. Maybe it's because of the actor. I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That one's hilarious. So we're gonna get back to Billy D real quick again, man. So this is an all steel worldwide with Mickey's Big Mouth.
Yeah, he bought a case of Mickey's grenades, and he throughout the Super Bowl and well into the night, and actually into the next morning, into Monday, he continued to make videos off and on. He continued to pile up his empty bottles. I know he didn't get through the entire case, but he got pretty far into it. I think he might have gotten 12, 13, 14 Mickey's grenades into the video. And I lost count of how many he drank. And in a couple of these videos, I think he kind of lost count too.
Well, they can't count that high.
Yeah.
Anything past 3, they're done.
Yeah. So I got the first link pasted in the chat, Joe. This is it's called Super Bowl 54 95 Chevy Corvette. And go to 1 minute 40 seconds.
Okay. Let's get it on the screen here so we get everybody seeing 140. Let's see here. We've got the white Camaro in there.
That's the white Corvette.
Corbett. Yeah, I'm sorry. The white Corbett. We've got, should we count how many Mickeys we've got up here already? We've got one that still has the cap on, looks full. Then we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 empty Mickeys. Is this all in the same sitting here, Bum, or is this a separate?
No, that's his build up over the day.
Okay.
He just keeps adding as he makes new videos.
Okay.
And snacks. Time to make a Malt Liquor video, Super Bowl 54, Malt Liquor coverage. It's fucking Groundhog Day.
Uh-oh.
2 hours to kick off. Mickey's fine, Malt Liquor only, Malt Liquor. Fuck you, Fat Reggie.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if I have the wrong time posted here.
But Fat Reggie gets continuous hate from the chairman.
Yeah,
Continuous, right?
I have listed here 1 minute 40 to 2 minutes. He miscounts. Did you go to what 140?
Yeah, it was. Let's see
Huh.
here. Let's see here. Let's go back.
Big fucking snacks.
Yeah, I must have screwed up.
Sound like a Malt Liquor video, Super Bowl 54, Malt Liquor coverage.
We may have to come back to that one. I must have screwed up.
Oh, okay.
That's what I not get. That's what I get for not drinking all week.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he's off the game a little bit. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna try. Well, take my word for it. He screwed up on his counting of the empties.
Oh, trust me. There's no. Yeah, we do not doubt that happened. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna try again with this video, and I'm posting the link to that.
Okay.
Oops.
Yep. Here. All righty. We'll put the link up in here, and we'll go right to it.
See what the chairman's up to next.
And go to 7 minutes 20 seconds.
Oh, is this the same one? Yeah, I might have got the same one. Let me go to this one here.
Oh no, you know what? I think I screwed up. Man.
Hey, Bum,
Okay, you know what?
Hey.
No, you know what? That was my screw up. Let me repaste the link.
Oh yeah, you put the same link in there.
Yeah. Okay. Try this
Okay. Yeah.
and go
Yeah,
to.
in that one, I seen your notes too. For
Yeah.
the 42.
Yeah. So go to 7 minutes 20 seconds. This should be sub pizza shrimp ring.
There you go. So 720.
Yeah.
What do we think of that pizza, by the way? That's some Domino's, huh? You
That's
can
a
tell
DiGiorno,
Domino's.
believe it or not. That's a DiGiorno.
Oh, is it a DiGiorno?
Whoa.
It's not delivery, Joe. It's DiGiorno.
Well, over
Sold.
and what do we think of that shrimp?
Mm.
He worked. He was still eating that shrimp the next day. I just wonder how healthy that was.
Yeah.
Oof.
Or
You
not.
can't
You gotta be
that out too long. That's for sure. This is
you
almost
gotta be
the end of
careful with
the video.
shellfish.
Okay, here we go. 7:15.
Okay.
No tour phone. What number is that? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh boy. He went over 3. Did you see that long pause that happened? He went over 3 and he was lost. He was like, "What the? What?"
It's like
that again. Kid.
What number is that?
I
1.
think,
Okay.
I think he realized how drunk he was.
Oh boy. What? Oh
Brain
boy.
exploding.
What?
Got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What the? Oh.
Oh, that's 8.
Oh, that's great. That is great. That's 8.
Damn, I wish I could figure out what I screwed up on the first video because the first one's just as good. I
know what he went to school for. Math.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's in charge of the financials for the malt liquor community.
That's right. Yeah.
He's a problem solver.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 8.
That's 8.
On my 24 pack.
Yeah.
in the first video, he basically counts them a couple times or attempts to count them, and he finally gives up and goes, "Well, I fucking bought 24." Not as funny me saying it.
Yeah.
He's not the fullest malt. He's not the fullest bottle of malt liquor in the batch, is he?
No, he's not. No, he's not. And not the shiniest bottle either. Yeah.
Okay. So from there, our grand finale this week in this all steel worldwide malt liquor report. Now, we've all seen them dance, right? You've shown them dance in numerous.
Oh, yeah, we love the dance.
Right. Now, but you have to admit, though, every one of these dances is basically the same. It's just a matter of the order in which the little moves are done. But it's always the same moves, right? The robot.
Exactly.
Yeah. He just kind of shuffles around the same groups of moves. Yeah. Well, in this newest video, he's added a brand new dance move. This video is in celebration of President Donald Trump being acquitted. So he does a celebration dance. Okay.
Oh, I did hear about the acquittal. So okay, so is the link already in here?
Yeah, the newest link. And just go to 1 minute. And I will warn you, Joe, as far as the music, he does play House of Pain.
It's a video unavailable.
You're kidding.
No, look.
I wonder if that got taken down. Son of a gun. I got it on my end, Joe. I just pasted it. I just pasted the link and it worked for me. I'll try pasting it again.
Okay, well here it is. Okay, here it is.
Oh, you know what? I may have left off a letter. Try it again.
Well, I got the video up here. Is it right? Celebrating President Trump's acquittal.
Yeah, that's it.
So what point are we
going? Go to exactly 1 minute.
Okay. All right. So we'll go to 51 here.
Oh man.
Oh, there it is. Thumbs up. Thumbs up right off the bat.
Okay.
You got the thumbs up. What do we think about the thumbs up there, Tom? That move right there.
I mean, who does the thumbs up? Like, hey guys. What the fuck is going on?
Look at this. Oh yeah, thumbs up. Yes. Oh yes, the scoop back move there. Oh, the shuffle to the side. Thumbs still up. Thumbs are still up. What do you think, Coach? What do you think about the move so far, man?
I hate it. It's terrible and it sucks.
Oh yeah! Oh, the robot! There it is! Boom!
Okay, you ready?
What do you think, Mark? What do you rate the robot portion?
Yeah, it's pretty standard robot.
Yeah.
I think he's
pretty standard so far.
Move here.
Yeah,
nothing different. But now it's time for him to change things up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There's the robot. Okay, here it goes, right? Is this the new move? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh! Open iron! Oh, Coach, you're scared. He's getting ready for Coach. Oh, look, how many? Oh, he's still pumping.
Yeah.
He's still pumping. Oh, he's trying to. He can't get it up.
Oh my God.
He couldn't get it up. Look, did you see that? He thought it was a fart. It was a complete. Yeah, too much pressure. Couldn't do it, man.
Can't be that much weight.
He just popped
35 each.
If he wouldn't have had the thumbs up so much, maybe he could have got it up, but he couldn't.
So there he goes. He introduced the aerobic dance maneuver there, the weightlifting maneuver.
Yeah. So okay, there goes that. Whoa, boom! You heard me. Okay, here we go. All right, thumb up again. There we go. Oh, around the chair. Oh man. Now seated. Okay, he's going to show us the double malt. All right. All right. All right. All right. Going seated again here. Here we go.
And that's it.
All right. So what do we give that one, guys? What do we say, man? What's the
I give
that was
it 10
good.
out of 10 for weightlifting.
Yeah, that was good. The weight's great, terrific.
yeah, the weights was definitely an interesting component. It was a little bit of a fail on the gotta put these down.
If his brain wasn't all brainwashed from the malt liquor, he would have started with the weightlifting, right? Come out strong,
Yeah,
and do with the dancing. You know what I mean?
yeah. He kind of, but I give him, for the effort, pretty darn solid, pretty solid. This pass. What do you say, Mark?
He got those 40-ounce curls down pretty good.
Yeah.
Those 40 curls.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll see you gentlemen later.
All right.
Okay,
Coach.
Coach. We'll see you,
Okay,
man.
Coach.
Later, man.
No, I think what the problem was he's trying to push him overhead. You know how your head swells when you drink malt liquor? I think his head got in the way.
Yeah.
And it blocked, and he had to just drop him down at that point.
Yeah, that happens, man. What is Billy D? Billy G's just a impartial observer, right? Just no opinion whatsoever, of course.
No.
Well, we thank you again, Billy D, as always. Very solid malt liquor report. Works every time. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The nod of confidence, the smile.
Every
Very
goddamn time.
Winning smile.
Colgate smile there. Oh, yeah.
I just found out a little bit of trivia this week. I'm sure you old timers here will remember the old show Room 222. Remember that in the early 70s?
Sidney Poitier?
No. He was to Start With Love. This was the TV series.
Okay.
Apparently, the original choice for the role of the teacher in that show before Lloyd Haynes got it was Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams was the one that was considered for that role, and for whatever reason, he did not take it.
We don't want our teacher drinking malt liquor, so we can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
very interesting.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Cool. Good one.
And let me get to a couple comments real quick before we get to the halftime show of the Super Bowl. Again, we have Cregan in here. Nice beer glass, Joe D. That was from, I was showing off my glass in the beginning of the show there. Foamy Head says, I'm having a black quad from Real Ale Brewing Company. Cheers. Chad, what's your most favorite commercial all time?
Damn. There's
Just
so many.
Super Bowl or any commercial?
Maybe Super Bowl, but yeah, I would say just any commercial. What would be your favorite bum of all time?
Oh man, that's hard to say, especially when if it's not narrowed down to just Super Bowl.
You know what? I would think maybe not
that's
the
hard.
best, just the commercial that instantly comes to mind right away. Just what's the first one that pops into your head?
Oh my God! I as far as favorite goes, that's nothing pops into my head right away. I'd have to give that.
My early childhood, my favorite was the Kool-Aid guy crashing through the wall.
Oh, that's Andrew's favorite one. He still mentions that.
Yeah.
Then the Budweiser frogs are pretty good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. The Budweiser, right?
What do you say, Tom? What would be the one that maybe it's not your favorite, but it just comes to mind right away?
It's honestly the Bud Light with the frogs, the Budweiser.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of a hard question because there's so many commercials.
Right,
and
that's why I'm having a hard time answering it.
They just run through you. And you just
Can you come up with one right away, bum? Just whatever comes to mind.
Oh my God, I still can't.
Mine, the one that comes to mind is also a Budweiser commercial, and it's at the time my favorite, but it's just one of those. And for those that didn't get to see it, this is my Modelo Especial glass. with
Very nice, Joe.
with
Very
Mac
nice.
beer to go with it, Modella Especial. But the commercial that comes to, and you guys know this is going to make sense with my personality and everything. But the Budweiser was that commercial. Oh God, I love that commercial. Everywhere I went, I was all what's that? What's that? It was great. I loved that commercial, man. It was great, and it lasted forever. That old Budweiser, what's that? Oh, it was great.
Now, before we get in, I want to remember I said I had something that was gonna the malt liquor community might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to admit, after all this malt liquor, I decided I am gonna drink a 40.
Oh,
I'm gonna drink a 40. You ready?
yeah. Oh,
I still haven't seen that. I still haven't seen it.
so
I
that's
haven't been beer shopping in a couple
Sierra
weeks.
Nevada.
40th anniversary hoppy ale. Yeah. So there's my 40. That's as close as I'm gonna get to drinking a 40. It does have 40 on the bottle.
Right, it has 40 on the bottle. That's what matters right there.
Yeah.
I've got that one dialed up here too, so we're all set.
I had one last night, I have to admit, but it's a good one.
I may try. I'm still going to be doing some beer shopping, for next month, and I got to try and find that.
I saw it at my local grocery store yesterday, actually.
So I'll give some numbers really quick. We got 25,000 ratings on this, 13,000 in the last 30 days, 6% ABV,
Wow.
65 IBUs, and a 377 rating. So what are you getting out of that, Mark?
It is pretty hop forward. It's more grassy than piney, not real citrusy. A little bit of pine and a little bit of floral, but not too much citrus. So it's not like a real citrusy note. More like grassy and a little bit of pine. But it's crisp, really refreshing. It's good. It's a good one. Yeah.
Do you taste the Sierra Nevada in it?
It's a little different than their standard IPA.
Yeah, does it fit their style? Does it taste like Sierra Nevada IPA?
It does, but it's not as piney as Sierra Nevada.
Okay.
I mean, Sierra Nevada IPA has a lot more pine. This one is a little bit more on the grassy,
right,
full notes than pine. There's a little bit of pine, but it's not pine forward. It's kind of like pine second or third place. But it's good. Very good. I think it was $9. I got it for $9.50 for a 6-pack. So that's not too bad.
That's
so
excellent.
we've got Chad also says, what's your favorite local beer in your area?
These are hard questions to answer, Chad. You're killing me here.
Really? I could answer that pretty easily. I mean,
Yeah.
Changes all the time with me.
Oh, well, I just go by the first thing that's coming to my head. So the first thing that's coming to my head right now, today, right now, this moment is Kilt Lifter. It's the easiest one. It's all over the place. It's the one that I drink the most, so I must like it. You know what I'm saying? Not that I am not going to say it's the best local beer. You're going to find dozens and matter of fact, I think it's Arizona Beer Week right now. You're going to find dozens and dozens and dozens of beers that are made here in Arizona that are 100 times better. But at the end of that, you'll probably end up drinking Kilt Lifter yourself. It's just it's everywhere. It's solid. It's just a good session Scotch ale. So for me, that's pretty simple because I'm not going to complicate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to overthink it. Yeah. I probably have 30 to 40 different check-ins on that beer on Untappd. I don't know exactly, but
it's probably right behind Syntax.
It's probably, and those check-ins don't, exactly show how many I've had. That's for sure. I forget to check in quite a few beers, man. But what would you say, Mark?
If I go local beer, if I go the first one that pops to mind, it's either going to be Sweetwater IPA or Monday Night Drafty Kilt, another Scotch ale by Monday Night Brewing.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Those are two local ones that come to mind pretty much instantaneously.
Are those beers that like you can go to any Joe Schmo hole in the wall bar and get as well?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you can go any place that sells beer. Most bars are going to have Sweetwater IPA for sure. Drafty Kilt is in most of them as well. Not as many as Sweetwater IPA, but it's in a lot of places. Yeah, it's pretty,
Cool.
Outside of Bud Light, which is brewed locally. We do have a Bud brewery in the Atlanta area, so I guess that would be local. But
Right, kind of. What about you, Tom? What would you say is maybe not a favorite, but just a beer you always end up drinking that you can't get out of your area?
I kind of want to go with my favorite. I go Treehouse Super Typhoon or Trillium Double Dry Hopped Foot Point. Oh baby Jesus, it's real good.
Yeah, Mark knows.
It's like
I was like Sam Adams Boston Lager.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I bought a 6-pack of the Boston Lager. I don't know about you guys.
And the thing about it is you can get some Sam Adams beers that are truly local.
Honestly, when I went to the beer tour, the beer is really good, fresh, really good. But the restaurant that they advertise,
wicked fresh, is it wicked good?
it's wicked good, wicked fresh, wicked piss.
Awesome.
No, but the beer tastes good at the brewery, but then they advertise a restaurant down the road and the beer's all skunked. We're like, what the fuck is going on here?
You know, we've talked about this, man. The way some places take care of their taps, take care of their tubes and all that sort of thing just matters. It matters so much. Because when you get a good, proper draft pour, I mean, that's the answer, son. That is the answer. It is, the difference, right? You know the difference the minute it's in your glass. You're putting it to your nose before you actually drink it, and you already know this is a proper beer, right? This is a proper pint.
And it's not even that.
Well, Bum, did you come up with one or no?
No, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Okay. So let me ask another question. Oh boy, I lost my whole train of thought right there. Boom, gone. I mean, gone, right? That's what happens now, Mark, right? I mean, these days, you have a thought and then where'd that sucker go? I must have been drinking for myself.
Hey Joe, it's not only about the how like the temperature and the lines; it's also the person that pours the beer. Because you ever get a Guinness, and some people pour it all the way through the whole time, and then some people pour it halfway, let it go, and then pour the rest. I mean, the pour definitely matters, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it absolutely does. God bless it. I had a good point to make too. It was a solid one.
God damn.
God,
do a rain dance.
Hot second. So let me get to Loot Bag Jerry. He says S show right here, and then Bum gives him a big shout out. We have Chad here. Lots of local beer here in New England. Yeah, well, you guys are in a phenomenal area for beer. My God, I mean,
honestly, with a 45-minute radius, I probably have about 20 to 25, maybe 30 breweries.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd say it's probably the same thing in your area, right?
No. Well, there is, but not in my immediate area. I gotta start getting into the East Valley and into Central Phoenix in order to start hitting some of these cool, trendy breweries. It's kind of interesting because here in Phoenix, you've got two big local breweries, Santan and oh my God, boy, that was
mixed coat lifter.
Yeah, the one that makes yeah, the one that makes Guilt Lifter, exactly. Oh my god.
I've heard you say it so many times. I feel bad. I can't even think of it.
Oh my god. Isn't that funny? Like some of the most obvious names you just
Mother
can't remember. In any case, you've got these two breweries, and then you've got the other guys, and the other guys are doing very well. Some of these other breweries are actually opening small tap houses themselves. Goldwater Brewing, one of my favorite breweries here, it opened a second brewery here in the Phoenix area as well, which I'm thankful for because it's actually bigger. I keep meaning to go down there. Maybe I'll go after the show. But it's amazing that the two main breweries are so big. Four Peaks. That's it. Four Peaks. So you got Four Peaks and Santan are just behemoths, and of course, with Budweiser owning part of it, they're the ones that are growing like a root there. But it's just amazing that you can't still get these beers outside of the area. But people that do come here to Phoenix, once they had Guilt Lifter, try to get it again because it's pretty solid. So it's just that part of it's kind of intriguing to me because, man, the minute you get in Arizona, whew, I mean, you're going to see these beers all over the place. One brewery that seems to be growing that's not in the area that I would love to get more available in the area. There's now, I think, a couple of local liquor stores that are starting to get their beer in the area, but they're still not in my area. They're in Pat's area. Is that Tombstone Brewery? Tombstone. Oh my God! Some of the stuff they're putting out it looks amazing. I still have not got down to Tombstone, Arizona, to have some fresh.
How far are they? How far are they from you?
They're an easy 2.5 hours, I would think. Easy.
All right.
Probably 2.5 to 3.
So it's an all-day event.
You're gonna, you know what I'm saying, and then you're gonna be drinking, so you're gonna want to stay a night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Probably leave like now. You know what I'm saying, or leave like early today. Enjoy your whole day, sleep it off, and then come back in the morning, sort of thing. So yeah, you're gonna have to plan it out. Leave on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? After work, get there, boom, boom, bing. You know what I'm saying? Stay in a hotel, sleep it off. I mean, but one of those breweries that I would put against your Treehouse and your Trillium up there. I mean, they do.
I believe you.
They do some solid stuff, honestly.
There's breweries everywhere doing the same thing they're doing. They're just not as big named. You know what I mean? They're not as well known.
So getting back to some of these, Luke Egglary again, Bum is wasting away. You should at least have some malt liquor during dry February. What say you, Bum?
I say that basically the only beer left in my fridge is malt liquor, and there's no temptation there as far as cheap.
No temptation whatsoever, right?
Yeah. I got some of my stuff that's aging that I know I won't touch because I want to age it a little longer. And the only other thing in there is my malt liquor. So
and Jay Vega, I have a comment to make about Jay Vega as well now that I see him up here. But Tom has a 6-year-old's haircut. What say you, Tom?
Right. I mean, it's down right now, so I mean, it's all right.
Hey, Tom's got that boy band look happening right now. He's handsome guy. Hey,
jeez,
look at Tom, man. He's got age in his side right now, man. You know what I'm saying? He's not.
You gotta let it be
like the rest of us.
You can't. You can never please him, Tom. If your hair's longer, you're Teen Wolf. If it's short, then I got another comment.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna hate on handsome. That's all there is to it. You know what I'm saying?
If I shave my head, I'll be a skinhead. Really, there's something. There's always something.
Hey, Tom can have that boy band look any day of the week he wants, and that's. Don't try to tell me I can't practice my dance moves. Hey,
Okay.
you can
I'll
practice your
practice.
dance moves, and you don't sound like you were kicked in the nuts, so you're good to go.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now, the one comment I have to make about Jay Vega, and he was actually on my mind this week, I have to admit, because I say, do you find yourself, Mark, saying, good God? I find myself saying, good God.
You actually say that every once in a while, yeah.
I find myself saying, good God. What about you, Tom?
Honestly, I can't keep track of it, but maybe.
Maybe.
I don't. Maybe I haven't really thought of it. I
Tom.
just kind of.
Good God, Teen Wolf.
Good God.
Yeah. What do you say, Bum? You cover all this stuff.
I
So
worked with a guy 20 years ago who used to say that, and we used to imitate him saying it just because of his inflection. Good God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find myself saying that from time to time. Yeah, it's yeah. Midweek, I was definitely thinking about Vegas. So yeah, salute to him.
Hey, I do like that glass though. That is, it's original and it's
Yeah.
It
nice.
looks like an
Yeah.
inverted beer bottle, right? Doesn't have a real narrow at the bottom, like a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yep. That's nice. I like that.
it's a sweet glass, and I don't even know how many years ago, but I was at a bar, and I was like, I'm taking that glass.
Joe, I'm sure you informed them. I'm
Yeah.
sure you informed them that you wanted it, and you paid them the proper amount of money that the glass was worth.
I actually do. I don't know if Mark's been with me or not when I do it, but I actually do. I'll make an offer to buy a glass. And every once in a blue moon, I'll be told that they're not for sale. Now, this was a long time ago. Nowadays, if you go to a bar, you want to buy a glass, they literally, well, yeah, whatever, dude. Here, $5.
Yeah.
But back in the day, sometimes they would tell you, no, they're not for sale. Well, that was stupid, son. I was willing to give you money for this thing.
Uh-huh.
It's mine.
Which they probably didn't pay anything for. With a glass like that, probably comes from the distributor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy a keg of beer, get 10 glasses or 20 glasses. Or
Yeah, whatever it is, right? Yeah. So, yeah, it's like, come on, man. What are you doing here, son? I was willing to give you money for it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I do get, and I have been told exactly what Mark was saying. A matter of fact, I was told this probably, I don't know, let's call it 45 days ago or so, a little over a month ago. Was at a local brewery. They had these glasses, and literally that's what she told me. Well, these aren't our glasses. They were given to us from a brewery or from a distributor. And they were beer glasses, but they were, I forget what spirit. There was a local whiskey distillery. Can't remember. But really cool glass. And I was like, well, let's talk. Let's negotiate the price here because I want that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, we can't really because, we only have so many and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, just come on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You just got to throw a price out there, right?
Yeah, she played hardball a little bit. I got my glass. You know what I'm
saying? At a local brewery of mine that I won't name, even though I've worn their shirt on the show a few times.
Hint, hint, yeah. Wink, wink.
A buddy of mine offered to the owner, I want to buy one of your glasses. And she said to him, oh, go ahead and just take it. We encourage people to steal our glasses. So when he came back the next time, he was talking to the other owner, and he said, I love your policy. When I was here, she told me that it was okay to steal the glasses, and the other owner goes, "What are you talking about? We don't let anybody steal the glasses." And he was like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything."
Yeah.
There was a special owners meeting later that day.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication between the owners.
Yeah,
that's one of those policies that you shouldn't share with everybody necessarily.
Yeah.
it's kind of understood that this is the policy right now, and you got away with something, and we keep it amongst friends, and we wait several years down the road to admit it.
Yes.
What do you call that, Mark, when there's no more penalty because it's been so much time? What do you?
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, the statutes of limitations has passed on the beer glass stealing, I would think. So, what do they got? Typically, like 2-3 years to get you on something like that.
Yeah.
So
it depends. If it's a malt liquor glass, it's like 12 hours. But if it's a craft beer glass, it's probably a year or two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we've got Lupe Jerry sat in a little race car when he got it. He picked the purple lollipop.
What did you say, Tom? Did you get the purple lollipop or the green one? I always went with the green one.
I like the red lollipops, I have to admit. What lollipop do you like there, Tom?
Lollipop that I like. Well, I always enjoyed lemon. I used to love the sour lemon warheads. They were the worst ones to get through in the beginning, but once you got through, the lemon was delicious.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And that was kind of fun, too, when you were a particular age. Okay, Tom. Tom, you weren't here during the pre-show. You're the perfect one to ask. How long, let's say you bought a candy bar.
Yeah.
How long could you put that candy bar to the side before you had to eat it? Do you have to eat it immediately? Could you have a piece and then put the rest of it away? How long would it be before you got
if I'm working, it's gone.
Yep.
I'm enjoying that thing as soon as possible. It's gonna be gone, and then once I get to the last piece, I'm like, "Damn, I ate it too fast."
Okay, let's say someone gave you just a boatload of candy, big ass bag of candy. We're talking just tons of different chocolates and peanut butter cups.
Are you speaking of Halloween?
Just wolf them all down, or would you like have a piece and then it might take you a month to get through it? What's your process?
It's like for instance, Halloween when I was a little kid, I'd go for the best candies first. Usually the Kit Kats, the Snickers, the Reese's, and then maybe the malt balls. I'd eat them.
I love the malt balls.
It'd take me about a week to eat a bag.
He said balls. He said balls.
Jesus.
It takes him a week to eat a bag of malt balls.
He said balls. That's where I stopped. I stopped at balls. All I heard was balls. That's it.
Now, what would be the last piece of candy? Would it be the sweet tarts? If people gave out like those little sweet tarts, would that be the last things you would eat?
Oh yeah.
No,
it'd be little plastic, the multicolored things. Would that be the last piece of candy you'd eat?
It'd be the dots. The dots were good, but the dots they get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
Candy corn? Would that be candy corn? Would that be?
Oh, I tell you what's the last candy. The last candy is the little tubes that have the practically sugar in them.
Oh yeah,
pixie sticks.
Yeah, the
those are some. It's a high commodity in school right there. You bring that into school, kids will love that shit.
Pixie sticks hits.
Yeah, all those like chalky type of candies, aren't they the last ones typically?
Yeah, the absolute dead last out of all of them would be the Necco
caps.
Oh, Necco, yeah.
Necco wafers.
Yeah.
Bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, that's like what are you doing?
Oh, come on, guys! Just right down my neighborhood. They just closed down. You're talking all
That's why they closed down. Their candy sucked. Yeah.
They did. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't horrible.
Not the worst, but
pretty bad.
The door.
Yeah.
Now, what's your opinion of Clark bars, Bum? Do you like Clark bars?
Oh yeah, remember I sent some of those to Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they're no longer made in Pittsburgh, and I think they've changed hands like 3 times now. You know who owns them now? Believe it or not, is Boyer. Boyer of the Mallow Cup people in Altoona, they actually are making Clark Mallow cups. Like they're Clark cups. They're in the shape of peanut butter cups, but they're made of Clark bar material.
With the mallow and
no, it's just Clark bar.
Okay.
Well, you can get what's the oh dear God.
I used to eat those a lot.
Oh man, a lot of people. Oh, I can't. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. I'm getting what the chairman had. Dear God, I can't count.
Are you getting Maltzheimer, Joe?
Yeah, I'm getting Maltzheimer's. That's excellent. I love that. Yes, I am getting Maltzheimer's. Look at that, kids. I love this glass. I actually do. I think it's such a classy glass. It's thin. It drinks well. It's sturdy enough. But I never use it. I next to never because I only have one. I used to have two once upon a time, but I only have one. So I try to never use it. You know.
Hey Joe.
Buttercup.
What's your favorite?
Butterfingers has what look like Reese's peanut butter cups, but they're butter.
I've seen those too. Yeah.
I recently bought probably at least a dozen of those and took them to work and tossed them on the table over there. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody was, they went crazy. I do that with candy. We talked about it in the pre-show. I'll buy tons of candy. They'll take candy at the truck stop. And for those that don't know, I'm a truck driver, and so I get fuel points when I fuel. And so sometimes they'll mark candy down. Whenever they do that, I'll buy a lot of it because I'll use my points. And then I take it to work and I'll toss them on the table, on the break table. And guys, Joe was here. You know what I'm saying? They already know the deal by now. And so, yeah.
You're like the Oprah Winfrey of work.
Huh?
You're like the Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. You get a candy. You get a candy. And yeah, it's kind of fun. But they mark down all kinds of stuff, at the truck stop. And they have all the latest candy because we're fat truck driver who doesn't like, fat truck drivers want recent candy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how that works. So it's pretty cool. And they had some of those strawberry. What else did I get? Strawberry Hershey. They were I don't know what they're called, but they were a strawberry Hershey bar of some sort. Strawberry and cream or something. I don't know, but yeah, I bought a bunch of those too and threw them on there, and they were all gone. All that stuff disappears. Like I don't even see anybody come in there. They're so fast. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, woof, woof, and they're gone. And you're like, there was 6 candy bars missing. It's crazy. But yeah, we were talking about in the pre-show. I can buy a candy and I'll throw it in my refrigerator and it'll be there a year later. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, Bum sent me famously some Clark bars. I still have some. It's been, he sent them. I was living in the hotel, I think, when he sent them to me.
Yeah, it's been like 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, Clark bars are really good, Joe.
Yeah, they are good, and every once in a while I'll have one. And
you'll be like 80, like, oh, it's my last Clark.
What brought on the conversation is his Bum was given, I don't know how much candy, Bum.
Whole bunch of Reese's related stuff.
Yeah, just a whole ton of it, and he was forced to just eat it all in one sitting.
Yeah, at gunpoint.
Gunpoint.
Now I will be, to be fair, Reese's. I mean, out of candies that are yummy, Reese's is good.
No, there is no doubt. Now, Mark, how do you've got your traditional peanut butter cup? You've got one in your hand. How do you eat it? Do you just bloop, or do you take 2 bites?
Probably 2 bites, yeah.
All right, so you're
regular size if it's a regular peanut butter cup. Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
Peanut butter cup.
If it's the small minis, what we got here?
Yeah, he's got the clusters.
Ooh,
I've seen these before.
nuts.
How were those, Bum? How were they?
I barely tasted them. That's how quick they went. There's how many there were.
Wow.
Whoa! So I'm sure
Mark.
when you finished them,
All,
you tested your blood sugar at the end of that, right?
all gone at once, and then washed down with 2 of these. These were filled with Reese's Pieces.
Oh my god!
When I Reese's binge.
Wow.
Oh, I'm coming to meet you there, Elizabeth. Oh, hold on, Elizabeth.
Oh, you take a shot, you hold your liver,
That was a week ago.
Coming to
you
join
hold,
you,
you hold
Elizabeth.
your heart.
You got your chocolate and my peanut butter.
No, his pancreas was like, whoa.
What does the boss say about this, Mark? What does she say about this kind of?
I don't know. She's upstairs. She would probably be shock and awed.
Yeah, shock and odd. I mean, that's amazing.
I'm known to go through like a small bag of candy. I mean, if I just have it, I just eat it and it'll be gone. So I very rarely keep sweets in the house. I'm like you, Bum. If I had it in there, I would just like, I can just have one more and one more. And
Yeah.
You've been in the West, and I think this is only available in the West. So maybe you're familiar with See's candy.
oh yes.
If you only knew, I've got probably 6 pounds of See's candy right now in my refrigerator. And I promise you it'll probably be there to the end of the year. I absolutely, if you're familiar with See's candy, you know how good that chocolate is. It's phenomenal. It is fantastic.
Well, perfect. Valentine's Day is coming up, Joe. All those ladies you've been seeing, just give me each a box, and they'll be good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's trade secrets right there, man. Hey, man, players don't give away the game. Come on, man.
Yeah, they can eat your box, Joe. Then you can return the favor.
Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no. Hey, whoa. There's a who's eating whose box here is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
That's a personal thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, but it's funny with candy. Now, what about ice cream?
Same thing. I don't buy it because I'll have the half gallon finished within a day or two.
Okay, I'll tell you my habits and then you guys can tell me yours. If I buy ice cream, I am a 2 pretty simple scoop guy, sometimes a third simple scoop, a regular simple scoop in a bowl, 1 or 2 scoops out of the Cool Whip. I like Cool Whip over the whipping cream out of the can.
Mm-hmm.
I like 2 scoops simple out of Cool Whip. Boom. And that's about it. And then I'll have my ice cream and that's it. And I might do that once every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes twice. So a half gallon of ice cream will last me quite a while. Who's like that? Is there anybody else that's like,
Not
you buy
me.
half gallon of ice cream and you're going to grab the half gallon of ice cream and sit down and binge watch your favorite show?
If it's a half gallon of ice cream would last me maybe 4 days, 5 days.
2 days for me. I won't eat it all in 1 day, but I'll sure as hell eat it in 2.
What say you, Tom? What's your ice cream habit, man?
Oh man, if it's a Ben & Jerry's, it's gone.
Yeah, a pint I can understand.
How can I say this?
Half gallon. You're buying a half gallon. How long would that last you? Would you?
If it's something I really like, maybe 2-3 days. Yeah, it's done. It's absolutely
Usually we
annihilated.
buy the little half pints, like the little 8-ounce ones, you know, those small ones, and then that'll be you have that for like one dessert, or we'll split it between the two of us, and that's it. So once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Do you guys,
sitting in the freezer
do you guys
waiting
get
for me.
Brighams? Do you guys get Brighams?
I don't. No.
No.
Do you understand my dilemma as a fat guy? Why am I fat? You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear the habits? Why am I fat? Like, that's not even fair.
You sound like you have the most sensible eating habits in the world.
I know, man. It's like, what's up with this? You know what I'm saying? It's like not fair. You know, I God treated my body like Google treats what's his name from Colorado there when he tries Zach from Colorado when he tries to get on.
Yeah.
You know? It's hilarious. Yeah. That's God playing the evil with the algorithms there of the body. It's hilarious.
Maybe you just have the most experience in Hilo's palate on the cast.
It is funny because I you know, and man, I flipping love See's candy. I mean, the chocolate is so good. It is.
I think part of the thing is when you eat like ice cream and candy, you're getting a lot of sugar, but you're also getting a lot of fat.
A lot of fat.
Which is not terrible in the whole mix of things. I'd rather have a mix. If I'm going to have sugar, I'd rather have fat with it than just pure sugar. Because fat helps you feel full faster, I think. So that helps.
Well, I can,
chips don't have they have a little bit of fat, but it's mostly, or like pasta or pizza. You know, if you're getting regular pizza, it's the carbs. And you just don't, the fat doesn't build up as much as like chocolate, it seems like.
What now? See, when I get the real cream from the dairy, the real cream, and literally on the ingredients list, all it says is cream. You know what I'm saying? It is amazing when you put that in your coffee. Oh,
it's all by itself, and there's no sugar in it. It's just all.
Yeah, it's just pure cream. It's so fresh. You can almost taste like a butteriness in it too. It's so smooth and oh man, it is good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it has this richness and this depth to it that is very addicting. Very. If you're
they're technically they have the cows, right? They're just waiting for the cream to rise, right? Isn't what they're doing?
Yeah,
man, I don't know.
The cream rises in the milk.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you got me. I really don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is they sell it. It's fresh as it's expensive too.
It's all the good stuff. So cream is basically just all the water and that stuff that's in milk is gone, and it's just the fat, just the pure fat that's in milk. And it's like, oh.
So real quick, before we get out of here, I want to cover two more things. The halftime show from the Super Bowl, man. Anybody, Tom, did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the halftime show. I liked Shakira more than Jennifer Lopez.
Uh-huh.
But it was good. I liked it.
It was.
Damn.
Craig, what did you think about the Super Bowl in general, the halftime show?
Yeah, it's the highlight, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I can tell you from someone that actually has, I have a fairly decent surround sound system and everything. I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of sports. The whole game, the halftime show, especially, the sound effects were amazing for this game. And I don't hear anybody talking about that. You could hear every hit like you were there, man. It was like,
yeah. I know it offended a lot of people, but that wasn't me. So,
Yeah, I don't really understand.
how's everyone doing anyway? Hello, just
Pretty
Doing-
good. Nice
doing
to
good,
see you,
Craig.
Craig.
Excellent.
yeah, cool beans.
Man, from a sound, sometimes I get into things just because of the sound. And as Mark knows, me and Mark are huge sound geeks. And that can just, so the halftime show was insane. I turned to halftime because everybody else in my neighborhood was watching it. So Mark knows I have a decent system. So I opened up the gate, son. I turned
It's like 4th of July.
up for that halftime.
Open the windows.
Oh, stuff was shaking. Let me tell you. Oh man,
yeah.
That was so to me, it was a very impressive halftime show. It was really good. It was incredible sound.
Stuff was shaking. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, stuff was literally shaking on the screen, right? But my house was shaking as well. It was like a freaking earthquake. You don't want to do that too much because you feel like you're damaging your house. You really do. You're like, this is kind of counter to what I'm supposed to be doing here. You know what I'm saying? But it from a sound effect, watching the game was just incredible to see. If you watched any of the tech reviews going into the game, you know what kind of sound and what kind of video that they put into this Super Bowl. This particular Super Bowl was a one of a kind, and it was, and I don't hear anybody talking about it because I don't think a lot of people have a significant home theater. But oh my God, if you did, you'd be talking about it because it was, brother. I go to a lot of football games and I don't hear it like that. Those hits were like, it was like, oh my God, it was intense. I was like, oh, I mean, you could feel it. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you got a couple of 15 woofers, baby, you know what I'm saying, pounding you, then you can hear stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it was great. Oh, just saying, it was. Oh,
is that how you pick up the leash?
I've got.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Couple.
I'm just saying.
I had a question. It's definitely unrelated, but although we're on the same planet, has anyone heard from Earth the last few months?
Interesting question. Yeah, we have talked about this off camera a lot. No,
because he's not checked nothing in for about 4 months or more on Untapped, and it's like,
in fact, if you got something in your glass, we want to give Earth a big salute, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like, what's going on with him? I hope he's all right,
None of us know. I have his number, and he hasn't answered my text. So I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Right.
So whatever he's going through, he said he was going to take a while off, and
I
didn't.
Well, so that's something at least.
Yeah. In the beginning of this, he said he was gonna, he had some stuff he had to take care of, and he was gonna take care of it, and we've had plenty of people that had to take a timeout from the show, man, for whatever reason, and
that's I just just more of a kind of like concerned sort of viewpoint, caring. It's like, we all care about people.
Brought it up, yeah.
That's all that's happening, man. That's what I'm hearing, Craig. Is you give a damn about the guy. He's on your mind. You're thinking about it. And I appreciate it. Yeah. We all appreciate it, man. And I'm man enough to say it. I love the guy. I've met him. We've had plenty of talks.
He's cracking.
He's a solid dude.
Yeah, he's cracking.
And
he's
dearly.
I've had a few. Yeah, I've had a few chats with him after the show when everyone goes, and then it's like left with me and him and stuff. We have had not 2 hour chats before. It's like, he's he's sound. He's a nice bloke.
Everything as well.
Yeah, he's a solid.
Yeah, indeed.
Solid dude. He is. He's two people.
No, he's a nice geezer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, appreciate you, Craig, man. Appreciate you mentioning him. Thank you for doing that on the show here, because he's definitely on our minds. We talk about him, miss him when he comes back. He's family, man. He'd be welcome like he was never gone. I mean, if he wants to talk about it, he can talk about it. If not, we'll move on. You know what I'm saying? And carry on like we do it, like we always have. But he is missed, man. Absolutely. Love and respect the guy. Absolutely. Yeah, he was even finally starting to get in the forefront of the chairman's mind there. He was finally starting to get some earth hate.
He finally got some hate. Maybe he said, "Hey, I finally got some hate from the chairman. There's nothing left for me to accomplish."
That was Earth's greatest accomplishment, and that was it. I'm out. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, it's unlikely, of course, but yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you for mentioning it. He's definitely not forgotten. Absolutely not here. No.
Yeah.
Not here, man.
It's the king of the West, right? Yeah.
You see that?
That's a nice beer. On that at the moment, a smoked robust porter.
Oh.
Now, were you at a beer festival yesterday? Greg?
Yeah. I had a few yesterday. I didn't even.
Kind of figured that too. Yeah.
I had quite a lot more that I wasn't really any state to actually check in. I
got the first 20. Yeah.
But the thing is, I've still done drunken reviews of them all, so I can look back and try and decipher of what I actually had. Yeah, but whether I'll be posting them or not, I probably will.
Yeah.
Just for a laugh. I've done a vlog for the whole of yesterday as well, so I will be posting that at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't even want to watch it back. I'm just going to put it all together and then throw it up.
Yeah.
There's a couple of these shows, Craig, not many, but a couple that I feel the same way about. I better not go back and watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything. I don't watch anything back.
Yeah.
I always watch all these shows.
I'd never post anything. Yeah, but I'd never post anything otherwise. So I just don't watch it. It's just there you go.
Yeah.
I let people make their own minds up.
I used to back in the day when I was posting a lot of reviews. I used to do them all at one whack, and then post them at different times.
Yeah.
And people got really good at noticing when, I was a little feeling a little better than others. You know what I'm saying? So
I just
they got real good at seeing that.
I had that phase of where I've done like 4 or 5 reviews in a row. Not just do like reel them off and then drink the beers after, which is fine. Then I and stuff, and I've done 3 or 4 reviews, and I need another beer. Shit, I need to do a review of that. So I'm like, you're 4 beers in, or whatever, and all right. I turn that off, and I put the camera on, and do a review, and it's like, oh my god. That's when I stopped watching them. So it's like,
you're doing, you're 4 beers in on 10 or 12% beers, and you're like,
no good.
The greatest actors in the world don't watch their own movies. So
true, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
They got really good at it too, because I would even go through all the trouble of changing shirts and everything. These guys were pretty good at noticing.
I just never change. I stink. It's just one of them.
Yeah. I would, if I did 5 reviews all in a row, I would bring 5 shirts. I would change. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it. I thought, nah.
That way it looked fresh. That way it looked like, but
fresh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
so it must be a different day.
Exactly. Right. There wasn't many, but they were really good at noticing.
But you could. I could just split the reviews up and spread them over a certain few weeks.
Yeah.
And then, because there's still, I don't know how many views my, I think my Guinness review is one of the highest views I have.
Yeah, it keeps flashing up for me now, and I've seen it before, and it's like as soon as I put in Guinness, it's like your review comes up above the brewery sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think at one time we had John in here saying that they literally would play it in the brewery. I think sometimes, like Guinness themselves would play it in the brewery.
I
Wow.
There you go, Joe.
Yeah.
Add a
how
couple
good our
zeros.
beer is, he likes it. You know?
Which is, to me, it's hilarious because that review was done at the beginning. Like I literally knew nothing about this stuff. And I was literally just getting on here and being like, yo, you guys are helping me through this. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I still get people super critical of my pour. I have had so many people from Guinness, from you name it, and they're super critical of the pour in that beer like I did it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, do you see the date on that video? Like
You should say, Joe, send me some Guinness. I'll make another video and I'll post it. Send me more though.
Do that video as well as they think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try. There's no way I wouldn't. Yeah, that video is got a life of its own, man. I don't know, but that was
trying to get you some free beer,
cool.
Joe.
It's cool.
That was in the very beginning. Guinness for me was my breakthrough beer, if you will. I went from Bud Light, Buddy talked me into Guinness, and I had Guinness. That was my breakthrough beer.
Would you ever do a re-review for your taste buds for camera now?
Interesting. What would you say, Mark? Would you do a re-review of if your videos were still posted?
Google wiped me off the face of the
Yeah.
earth.
Hallmark's beers.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did one. No, I don't think I did a re-review. I don't think so. But I could see doing it. I mean, if you had one like 5-6 years ago, and it was at the beginning of your kind of experiencing different beers, I mean, your palate does change.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Now, Greg Puckett, and I've been watching Greg again a little bit. It looks like he said he's winding things down. If you look in his fridge now, there's just some basic stuff in there. I guess I don't know if nobody's sending him stuff anymore, but he said he's winding down the reviews unless somebody sends him something or he can find something new in his area. But he has been doing a lot of re-reviews of things, and he's even said, I reviewed this 8 years ago, but this is when I knew nothing about beer. He goes, my palate has changed considerably since then.
Well, what I think is tough about that question, Craig, is that not only have you changed, but the beer has changed.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's just how much and what, and it just all throws it in the pot. Really.
To me, the re-review is not a re-review; it's a completely different review. And now, to me, that's a hard question. We were talking about hard questions earlier, and to me, that's a hard question because. How do you do that? Like, my palate is. I could admit that freely.
You're never gonna. I mean, another thing, you're never going to be completely accurate, whether it's the beer or your taste buds.
Right.
So, I mean, it's whether it's a bit of both or more that side or this side. You're never going to know for sure.
Time of day,
and it depends. It depends on what mood you're in as well. When you actually review a beer, I think sometimes you got to put that into account.
So much. We've talked about the mood you're in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're humans. We're humans reviewing an agricultural product is the issue.
Yep.
So even from batch to batch. These things are different, and we have known particular batches of beer that just were known to be bad.
Adam,
just drain pours, and so you happen to get that batch of that particular beer, and you're like, oh well, this is terrible, and then the next thing you know, you get the next batch, and it's the best thing you ever had in your life. So I don't know. It'd be a tough one. Maybe some of the big boys like Guinness, for instance, where they're keeping things consistent over a particular time. Yeah, maybe you could honestly do a re-review of that. I would just call it another review. I wouldn't call it a review.
I'd be surprised if Guinness has changed much in 10 years.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought so.
Right.
I just, unless you go and have it in Ireland, which probably is slightly bit better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
A lot of the other craft beers have probably changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially smaller, more regional breweries. I mean, the recipe is going to change. The ingredients, maybe the same ingredient, but it might be a different year. I mean, even though it's the same malt from the same producer, it's going to be a little different because each year is different. Like you said, Joe, it's an agriculture, so there might be more sugar, less sugar. It might be a drier year or wetter year, so the malt's going to reflect that. At the end of the day, it might be a small change, but it's going to be different.
Yeah, it's a great.
One of the most important things is the brewer too. The brewer might have changed. Maybe they make beer different.
And it's funny
because out the Budweiser, and even though it's the same recipe, it tastes different because they're brewing it rather than the guy that invented the recipe. He does a little, even though he writes it down, he does things a little differently.
Yeah, we were just talking about this at work, and I happened to bring in, because there's a lot of people in my industry that change hands. They'll be at a couple of our other competitors, and then they eventually come to us. In Arizona, this happens. Management will go from one of our competitors to the other competitor, and eventually come to us, and they'll be, our head manager, whatever you want to call them, whatever the title may be. And I was explaining this sort of thing happens with beer a lot. A particular brewery will start, and they'll have a head brewer. That head brewer the clock is ticking because he's going to get to a particular level. It is very common in brewing where they bounce and they start their own brewery eventually. And then that brewer will get a head brewer, and that brewer will eventually bounce and go somewhere else. Like that rotation is part of craft brewing. And as they do that, the recipe's got to change a little bit. I'd love to have Zach in here to kind of give us some insight into that, what he would think from the inside point of view.
I think the most important thing is
to me that's a difficult one right there. That's a tough one. I mean, how do you go to okay, let's say maybe you're a foodie, okay, and you're doing food reviews, and you go back to a particular steakhouse 15 years later and review that steakhouse. I mean, it's a probably different steakhouse at that point. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's probably got a different cook. It's definitely got different meat. You know what I'm saying? It's like
sure. Yeah.
It ain't
one of the only
cow. You know what I'm saying? That's for sure. It's an interesting question. That's a good one for sure. That's an interesting one.
Hey, Joe, one of the only things that really stays the same wouldn't be the yeast.
The yeast, yeah.
That'd be the only thing that wouldn't change. I mean, yeast changes over time, but if you have the same culture, you treat it correctly.
I would think light beer like this, your big beers like Guinness, the one that raised the question, would be
what a glass that is.
Huh?
What a glass. That glass is interesting.
You fancy his glass?
Yeah.
It's an
Modelo.
awesome.
Is that Modelo?
This is Modelo Especial, man.
There you go. It's a special glass.
It's a special glass, and I'm having Modelo. So I'm matching prawn patties today, my friend. I'm doing the
about fish today.
The bum often will match beer with glass, and today I am doing the same, taking a cue from him. Let me get to some of these comments. We've got some comments in here. What do we got? Tom, okay, did that one.
I'll give him a 6-year-old haircut. Come on, man.
Coach says craft beer. Adam Johnson, we just had your pal in here last week. Evening, fellas.
Yep.
Havana says Vega.
Right.
Oh, we haven't seen Havana in here. This is a good thing we stayed on late. He had a chance to get in here. And there's Bum giving him a little shout out. Just checking in, everyone. Didn't he check in earlier?
Yeah.
Good beans.
So he's checking in again.
Hope you're doing well, son.
So you're good to see Andrew, though, man. At least he's in on the show. We can put his comment on here, and he's still part of the show.
Yeah.
Coach is on his way down to Arizona for work. I thought he just left here. Didn't he say when he was here he left Tucson going to San Diego or something? But he could be coming back. Who knows?
He moves around.
And so we've got Cheers, Adam, and Hey, Craig, and then All Right, Andrew. So we covered all that. Hey, thanks, guys. You know what? Hey, do we have any music news on here, Bum? Anything that you want to cover?
I got nothing.
I just wanted to say to not Andrew, Adam, keep safe tomorrow. We've got this storm shit coming over the next few days. So yeah, we've got probably it's building up to possibly be the biggest storm in 30 years to hit the
Really?
UK. So
Oh boy.
yeah.
Is it the same
So
thing that hit us
they-
a few days ago?
Yeah, well, it's raced across the Atlantic, but it's intensified. So
Hey,
What kind of
Yeah,
what kind
so-
of wind is he talking about?
well, they're predicting like sustained winds of 60, gusting 80 to 90 and above. So for us, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good stuff.
So yeah, we've got some amber warnings and shit. So it's gonna be.
well, nothing will
Interesting one.
prepare you for a 30-year storm like a big salute with beer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Man.
that's what I said. I've got plenty of beer here, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, how about we lift a glass for all our pals across the pond, man, and give them a big salute. Wish them a big farewell.
Nice knowing you.
If we don't see them next week, we know what happened to you, man, and we'll
They got lost.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
on the coast of France. Right?
It's not. I mean, it's not nothing like you guys have had before. I mean, it's
Right.
compared. It's nothing really, but but for us, it's like
No, it's a big deal. Absolutely. Yeah.
Just don't leave
It's one of them-
anything
it's one of
stupid
them-
outside.
Yeah.
no.
Don't leave any small dogs out. There's a small dog warning. Don't leave them
No.
outside. They get
No.
away.
All my beers inside. So there we go. We're all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
I ain't gonna get
No,
smashed.
I literally I haven't heard anything about it. So thanks for letting
Yeah.
us know.
Well, no worries. It's all cool.
And Mark, you got any music news, man? Anything you want to share real
I
quick?
always got music news. I always buy vinyl.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So nothing too bad. I got a couple new jazz albums, a couple pop albums. I went to the record store last week and actually bought some used vinyl. So haven't listened to it yet. It looked good when I bought it. It didn't look like it was in good shape. So
Right.
we'll give it a listen here next week and I'll let you know. But
Cool.
that's about it.
Yeah, I got a couple new records myself. I've got some more coming. So I, of course, adding to the collection of records, of course.
Still got a ways to go though. If we get to catch up with Wes, he's got 4,500.
Oh yeah, and then Wes has been doing
Wow.
his unpacking of 5 years of vinyl.
He's got more in one box than I've got my whole collection. I think.
Yeah, he has got a lot of records, man. Honestly, when you're up in the thousands of records, you've got a lot of records. That's a lot of money, man.
Somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 at this point.
You can start your own Amazon store at that point,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
does.
right?
He sells quite a bit.
Yeah.
He sells because he's getting multiples and stuff, and so he he has particulars that he wants to keep, and then he sells some of them. Yeah,
Crazy. Yeah.
he makes he makes quite a few videos. Man. You should check him out if you're into music, you like vinyl. Wes does some pretty good. He does some pretty good videos, man. He has a nice YouTube channel.
That's a whole other niche. The vinyl, what they call themselves, the vinyl community.
Yeah.
All the people that are into collecting records and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What's the name of his channel, Joe, specifically?
Supra West. Like Supra the car and
Mhm.
West.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check him out.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it, man. I mean, and he's a regular on Mark's show. Mark has his show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, you go there and then you go down the whole rabbit hole of all the other vinyl collectors on YouTube, and oh my gosh, Wes doesn't have anything compared to some of those guys.
Right. That's the thing about it. Right.
Amazing. Yeah.
They
literally have like their whole basement, like a full basement is just full of vinyl.
Of vinyl. Yep. It's insane, man. It really is.
Crazy.
Where these guys don't even have to count anymore how much stuff they've got. They've got so much. I mean, they don't even have any idea.
Yeah. Never listen to it all.
Yeah, never. Right. But, and they've got some very valuable, once you start getting into the 200 gram vinyl, that's expensive vinyl, my friends. It is.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those guys look for original pressings, stuff,
$200 a record type stuff here, man. We're talking.
I'm finding as I'm getting more into like jazz stuff. I mean, people collecting like original pressings of Blue Note, jazz, stuff that originally came out in 1958. Well, I've got a reissue. It's done off the original master tape, but that's not good enough. You got to have the original.
The original, right?
And you go on Discogs and you look at that, and it's like, holy shit, that's $200. People are paying it.
So how does it go? Does it go heavier the more expensive?
Yeah.
Usually.
Or
yeah.
Typically.
But when you get into collector stuff, older stuff, then it's where was it pressed? Was it pressed at a plant that was known for better quality, or was it a first press? It's like baseball cards. I mean, it's like anything like you collect. Like you, I mean, stuff you collect. I mean, if it's rare, it's older, it's going to be worth more.
What's funny too is these guys can tell you it's only been played 3 times. Like they're fanatical about it. They'll buy it and they'll play it once and they'll record it. And then from that point on, they're listening to a digital recording of that one play. They spent $200 some for it. They played it once, recorded it, and after that, that's all they're listening to. They will not play it again. And once they start playing it, don't ask them to lift the needle because they ain't doing it. You're going to play it all the way through because you're at a risk of scratching that record. Even lifting the cue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. They're like, oh no, we got to play it through. That's the way it works.
You get in.
They got to review it.
You get to the point where I don't know. Are you really even enjoying what you collect anymore? Just like the people that collect baseball cards that no, you can't touch it anymore. Pick it up by the sides, and we have to put it in a plastic slab and get it graded. Yeah. So, and you can't even touch the actual card anymore.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh, you don't dare breathe. If you were in the presence of one of these discs, you don't dare even dream of looking at it too much or anything, because dear God, one of your particles might fall on it and
jeez. Don't even look at it.
They're pretty, but I have to admit, man, when you hear one of these records played on one of those systems, it's the answer, man. You're like, okay, that's
really good. Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. It really is. I'll give it to them. When you hear one of those, you're like, okay, there's a difference. All right. Okay, all right. If I can hear it, all right, I'll give it to you, man. There's a difference. Is it worth the cost? Is another question.
Yeah.
But will you hear a difference on their high resolving systems? Yes, you will. Now the question is, will you hear it on your sort of resolution on your system? I don't know. I don't know your system that well, but on that high quality stuff, you bet. You probably will. It's just a matter of, are you going to be willing to pay the cost? The difference is a lot. It's a lot. Like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the record, but what it would take to get what you need to hear out of it. You know. Anyway, we can go deep in the weeds into it, but we won't. We'll avoid that. It's, you know, there's a lot there. Tell them, Mark, there's a lot. I mean, just your cartridge alone, you're talking thousands of dollars, my friend.
Yeah.
The
Spend
needle.
$8,000 or $10,000 just on the stylus, just on
Yeah.
the cartridge.
It's a lot. So it's a fun thing, man. You have to think of, you don't have to, I mean, you can think of it any way you want, but a turntable ain't just a turntable, it's an instrument. So when you think of it as a musical instrument, it takes on its own animal. It's its own animal at that point. You know, if you were to think of a turntable as being an instrument, the same as a guitar is an instrument, well, think of all the different things they do to a guitar to get a particular sound. I mean, a lot goes into it, you know, so it depends on what kind of sound you want to get. It's fun. The hobby is addicting, and you don't want to get the bug. I'm just telling you right now. It's
Almost as bad as the coronavirus.
it's the coronavirus. Hey, you don't want to get it, man. Oh, it's bad. Because once
I gotta go touch the bug.
Yeah. In any case, you're out here, people.
I heard lime's the cure for that one, but there you go.
Yeah.
Drink a bunch of lime.
We'll see you guys. Take care, man. Peace out.
Right.
See you next week.
There you go.
See you next
Cheers.
week.
See you later.